Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always, brought to you by the lovely folks over at Star City Games, bringing you the best in trading card needs as well as online tournaments. All right, everyone, we are switching it up a little bit today and getting back into the wild, diverse world of Modern. And, you know, I had to just play myself some Lukka, but no, there's no Yorion, y'all. Have no fear. We're putting the bird aside for a little bit and we're trying some other stuff. So have no fear on that. This is a much different take on Lukka. This deck was brought to us by Samcaster-Mage, who just barely missed top 8 of this last challenge with this just awesome looking list. I've been seeing lists like this pop up a little bit here and there, and I had to give it a shot. I thought it is so cool of being able to actually play creatures with Lukka. You know, you just think like, no matter what, you're sacking tokens, so you can't play any creatures. This deck's going a different direction. You can sack any of the 1-drops, and you won't hit the other 1-drops. You'll just hit Emrakul. So a really fun deck. We played 3 exciting matches. You can fast forward to any of them below, as well as the deck tech at the end, where I talk about some specific changes I would like, as well as how the deck flowed in general, but I do give spoilers. So watch the matches first if you don't want them spoiled for you. All right, without any further ado, here's round number 1. All right, and welcome to round number 1 here with Naya Lukka, a really spicy looking Modern deck. I'm pretty excited for this. All right, so looks like we are on the draw. On the draw with a very good hand, though. We're going to keep. This can definitely be a turn 2 Blood Moon into Karn. Oh, yeah. Is turn 2 Blood Moon good against Tron? Oh, this is going to be nice. Okay. So we want to enchant a forest here. And we really won't need to name red. The only thing we need white for is Nahiri. We pretty much have our things pretty locked up. Yeah, it is nice to just have a bunch of 1-drops here. I was like, what if we have creatures with Lukka? But yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So it's just Nahiri for white, but I think we will probably want it, but we can also get it with Noble Hierarch. That's the thing. So I guess we just go green-red. Just making sure we don't screw this up. I think it is best to do this. We'll strap this up. And just so we can cast everything, because we do need a second red source for the Planeswalkers, for Chandra, for Lukka. So we'll just name red, even though it's a little weird with Blood Moon next turn, but... All right. You got a tower. Okay, I guess we could have started with Noble Hierarch, but the one thing I was just worried about, if they had Walking Ballista and they were to kill it, and let's say they just had Tron all locked up, then we couldn't Blood Moon. And I think that's worth it against Tron, where we just auto win if we have it. So let's go like this. Now we can just get a duel. That way, if they do destroy Blood Moon somehow, then we still have the red mana, but pretty unlikely. But the 2 damage also doesn't matter that much, so we're going to do that just in case they have some main deck way to deal with Blood Moon. But yeah, this should be a bit of a tilting game for our Tron opponent. Just a game 1, turn 2 Blood Moon, no big deal. All right. Now it is, you know, slightly awkward for next turn. If we don't get an untapped land. Had the green. And is this the Walking Ballista? Well, we might have actually truly done it then by not playing Noble Hierarch. We might have big brained it. That is pretty good, again, in the face of Lukka as well, though. But Karn being able to shut it down is pretty nice. Land. Nice. Okay. So we can just Chandra if we wanted, or we can just Karn. Make sure they can't activate abilities. I think that seems really strong. Looking at our targets right now, we can get Liquid Metal Coating. Pretty obvious one to start with. We could do EE. Not very good. We get a Walking Ballista of our own. Bridge, Trinisphere. Yeah, outside of just playing it for the static ability here, I don't think we care too much. So I think we will down tick though. See what we want. It's probably just Liquid Metal Coating. Nothing else seems great. Yeah, it seems like the one we want to start with. Then we'll say go. Now next turn we can do something like Liquid Metal Coating a land, destroy it, and then play Noble Hierarch, and they can't ballista it, and then we Lukka. Now that Walking Ballista will not be able to kill the Noble Hierarch in response. Especially if they go I'm blanking on the card. The blow up all the Oblivion Stone. I mean, they can't activate it. So I honestly just think they're cold to Karn plus Blood Moon. I'm just trying to think of any scenario where they can get out of this, but I think they're in quite a bit of trouble. This deck is awesome. This deck is really awesome. Yeah, I mean, getting up to like 6 mana and trying to Worm Coil us to death, I guess, is something. Yeah, I really can't think of too many effective ways that they're going to get us here. They're just tilting off in their chair right now. Is this another Ballista? Okay. That's actually slightly scary. That does change our play, I think. I do think I want to just Chandra and kill this now. Seems like the best play to me. So we can tick up on just nothing, I think. A Chandra. And yeah, we're just essentially throwing Chandra away here because they can attack this. Kind of a time walk, but they don't have that many creatures. But being able to keep them off that Walking Ballista, kill Noble Hierarch on turn 1, really might have saved it. Because if they just had a Karn, we were just so dead. Otherwise, we're definitely doing it the other way around in most scenarios. Where Blood Moon is not that insane, essentially. Okay, so there's that. We gotta hope they just don't have Nature's Claim or something. But we can just blow up a land now. Okay, that seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do this because then next turn we can still Lukka. So we're going to do this, add some mana here, and then we're going to go Liquid Metal Coating. And let's target Urza's Tower. I guess Forest might have been better, but just in case they do destroy it, I would rather keep them off Tron. All right, now we'll blow up a land a turn, and next turn we just get to go Noble Hierarch and Lukka and hit Emrakul. No big deal. Sylvan Scrying, okay. For Tron. They're fighting the good fight here. Just can't imagine that they have anything main deck that they can actually do to deal with this. Oh, this is a delight. Y'all know what a sucker I am for Lukka already. This is a much different Lukka deck than I've ever played, but yeah, we did it. Okay, so now for the sideboard. We don't sideboard much unless like the Madcap experiment is really good, you know, where we can just Madcap into this beastly golem. And that seems okay, but it's definitely not the matchup we want to be doing here. I don't want Veils, so I think we're just clicking back here. We already have the Blood Moons in the main. Whenever the Blood Moons are bad, we usually want to bring in the Madcap experiment. That seems like the only logical thing. Or, you know, bringing in Veils, that's completely reasonable as well. But for now, we just want to be hustling out Blood Moons. You know, maybe getting Emrakul out so they can't deal with it. And just going from there. Doing one last look over. Nah, We're just going to click it back. I love Karn decks. They make everything so easy. Okay. Is a fast Emrakul, is a turn 3 Emrakul going to be enough against Tron? It's tough. The problem is Emrakul is not like lights out against them because they can just Karn it. You know, they can just Karn the creature down. But, I mean, essentially outside of that, what are we just mulliganing to a Blood Moon every game? I think I'm going to keep this and hopefully top deck Blood Moon. But if not, turn 3 Emrakul. We'll hope it's enough. They did snap off 7, which is slightly scary. Okay. Let's go with the Arbor Elf. That's good. That's good news. That is great news. Okay, so they won't be troning up for a few turns, and I don't think they'll be able to, Wow, that's not nice. Do we even have to do it this turn is the real thing. Like, next turn we're going to have 6 mana? It's probably still worth it. All right. Wow, that was lucky. The moon. The moon made of blood. Yeah, if you want a deck to just trash Tron over and over, which I think we all want to do, I guess this is the one to do it when you're as lucky as I am. Okay. I was going to say I was very afraid of... I was very afraid of just Oblivion Stone there, because in 2 turns it would get us pretty good. All right, well, that was a decent draw, allowing us to play both of our creatures. And then we'll say go. Hope they cannot destroy the star, or honestly, just the Oblivion Stone is pretty bad. So we are afraid of a decent amount of things here. Not that. Not too much play to what we can do, though, unfortunately. Okay. Which one are we going to get rid of? Probably this. I got a Lukka. I got an Emrakul. Oh, what a delight. What a delight this is. Our opponent's probably like, what is going on? I know this deck has been popping up a little bit, but if you're not following Modern a ton, you wouldn't see it around. You know, this is kind of a new idea to be playing creatures with Lukka. You know, you always think just... You do not want to play any creatures with Lukka. But when you just play all the same converted mana cost and you don't have tokens that you're sacrificing like you do in Jeskai Lukka, then why not just play all 1-drops and slap in some 15 drops? All right. Your go. This is Annihilator 6. I haven't attacked with one of these in a while. And now they just can't do anything. All right, Droppin Baums fan, we're going to have a really fun show this afternoon, so don't go anywhere. Here comes round number 2. All right, and welcome to round number 2 here with Naya Lukka, and it looks like we're on the draw. We have another nice turn 2 Blood Moon play, and yeah, wow, we have just such a great hand. We can do a lot of things with this hand, so we are going to keep. Now, as long as this isn't Tron as well, we're going to start with Arbor Elf instead of Utopia Sprawl because you do get to generate more mana. Okay. This could be Heliod Company, and we do still have to worry about Walking Ballista, but realistically, our Blood Moon is not going to be that good anyways. So here it's kind of a no-brainer to start with the Elf. And now, actually, we can go Karn, or Chandra next turn. Chandra or Karn, which is pretty disgusting. Or we could go Oath plus Blood Moon. We got a lot of options. More than likely against a creature deck like this, we're probably going to start on Chandra, especially if we can clear out their only creature. You know, so we'll see what they do. Okay. I mean, that is pretty ideal. Okay, so I think we get Temple Garden for Nahiri. I guess Oath kind of handles that. Maybe we don't really care. Probably don't care about the damage that much either, though. Okay. So let's go here and go with red. And now I think we're just going to Chandra hit this. We could go Karn as well. We don't really have anything that stops the combo right now. But there is stuff we can get after this to break up this combo. So yeah, let's start with this first. Mountain. Und Chandra. Kill this, and now next turn we have a ton of mana. So 4, 5, so just 5. It's pretty good. Alrighty. So, if we could find Lukka, we could cast it this turn. Otherwise, we can go get our liquid metal coating and just go Karn, liquid metal coating, Sago, turn one of their lands into nothing. That seems good to me. And then we can like start blowing up lands. The upside of Oath and finding Lukka is better, but I think this is better because it really is going to stop them from doing things. So let's do that. We don't really need any colors now, so we're just going to get a forest. It is a close play, though. I'm not going to lie, but just because we can Oath next turn, I think it's worth it. Just looking at all our options here. It's got to be liquid metal coating. It's so good right now. Okay, so green, red. Green, red, a Karn. Search for an artifact. Liquid metal coating. Now, if they put a counter on this, they can put Karn down to 1. It's not that big of a deal, but something we will have to be ready for. All right. So let's go like this. Let's hit this. They might lifelink in response. We're okay with that. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good. Brutal. Okay. Okay, well, that sucks. Yeah, I forgot Auriok Champion and Skyclave just turns on Heliod. That is pretty brutal. All right, well, now we're in trouble. Now we're definitely in trouble. Okay, so let's start off with this. Okay, how close are we to actually casting this Emrakul? If we get this Arbor Elf down, it is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, not even close, so it's not really valuable. So we're gonna go like this. Yeah, this is not looking good now. Untap this. Green, green. Cast this. Yeah, it's brutal to even cast these, but we're just dead. Might need another chump blocker though, even if it does give them 2 counters. And we'll cast this, even though it basically does nothing. Does shut that off. Makes sense to put those on Stomping Grounds instead for Blood Moon. All right, well, 9, 10. So we do got to chump one of them. Just take 9. Hope to do something next turn. I don't know if there's really anything we can even do. Like, even the Lukka into Emrakul, I just don't think is enough. Okay. GG. I guess our 1 out would have been if we put the Utopia Sprawl on a Stomping Ground. We could have Karn for a bridge, but that's not really foolproof against this deck when they have Skyclave Apparitions. Okay, well, our Blood Moons aren't great. So we definitely could put in Madcap Experiment for this, but this isn't insane either. It really isn't. They can beat that by just dealing infinite damage, and they can just start by dealing damage to this. But Blood Moon is so bad that I actually think it's worth getting it in. Because that's just a fast clock too, so it's totally reasonable. Now, what do we want to cut? These are actually really good because they exile Heliod. Outside of that, it doesn't matter too much. I guess if we're putting this in here, though, we can just Lukka into this. And that's not great. Could just be a risk we're willing to take. Like 1 in 3 flips, we hit this. It's really just the thought of, is Blood Moon better in the deck, even though it does not do much? Or is it better to have another turn 4, almost transmogrify type effect for a large creature that stops everything but the combo? I think it is worth it. I really do think it is worth it, and I think we can take out just 1 Oath outside of that. We'll see if we get punished because of that, but I do think it is worth it to get Blood Moons out. On the play, it's a little different, but they still just have so many basics, and they have so many, you know, mana accelerant creatures that it's just okay. Alternatively, we could just bring in, like, Engineered Explosives, Sky Sovereign, Walking Ballista, just as other decent cards to draw, but I think this is better. We'll see if it's bad. Well, it's not looking great so far, huh? Gotta mulligan this. You never want to draw that. Okay. I think we can keep. I think we can just get rid of this forest. Turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Arbor Elf Nissa. Already gives us enough mana for Chandra, plus we can find whatever our hand is kind of missing. So I think this is a keeper. This matchup does seem tough, though. I'm not going to lie. This matchup doesn't seem easy. I shall keep. Put this back. Okay, take 2 damage. Arbor Elf. I do love me a Chandra Torch of Defiance too, so this deck was really calling my name when I saw this. All right. Okay. All right, let's start with Oath. Pretty easy pick here. Just anything but, let's put this on the bottom. Anything but that card. So now we can go Arbor Elf, Noble Hierarch, and say go. Spike Feeder, okay, not bad. Gonna be a nice easy Chandra target. You know, slightly awkward that we're not getting any action, but if we can tick up with Chandra next turn at least to kind of draw a card, that's not so bad. No, let's go like this. Oh, Chandra, you can gain some life. We want to kill this just so they don't infinite life us next turn. We don't really want to sack Wooded Foothills. We know our 8-drop is on the bottom of the library, so if we get Lukka, we would Lukka into Emrakul. So I don't want to actually shuffle at all if given the option. This looks like a collected company. All right, tilt. Show us something. All right, well, this is not looking as good as our last round. We'll just say go. We don't want to walk into just any company creature. It would be hard to believe that we're not dead. Yeah, there's infinite life. Tilt. We can beat infinite life by just attacking with Emrakul. You know, we'll run them out of permanence, but... And I think we're just dead, right? Because can't they just gain infinite life? No, they have to put the counter on this. Okay. So if they have a... Walking Ballista... I don't think that is lethal quite yet. Yep, infinite life. We can still beat it technically. But of course, this is very strong. Now we have to top deck. God, what can we even draw at this point? With them, we have to top deck like Nahiri to deal with Heliod. I guess that's our only out, just so they don't Walking Ballista us. Yeah, because what we can definitely do is just Emrakul, attack them until they have no permanence, you know, and then just keep attacking, keep making sure they don't have permanence, and they'll deck. They'll deck first. They have 3 less cards, so we would just win that game if we got Emrakul in play and got to attack. But they're going to win next turn with Ballista unless we top deck something. Do 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 do. And Chandra? It's not gonna do it. I think we need Nahiri. What about another Chandra? Well, we can Chandra tick up again for a Nahiri. Sacrifice this. Green. Sacrifice this. Green, red. You can untap this. Untap this. It's got to be there. Nahiri. That's not it. That's not it. GG. All right, well, that was slightly unfortunate, y'all. We kind of got throttled there. We had some pretty bad draws in game two. Just never really, our hand never really turned into anything. But that matchup doesn't seem great. I'm not going to lie. So, all right, everyone, stay tuned for our third and final round here on Droppin Bombs. All right, and welcome to round number 3 here with Naya Lukka up against no companion, but our opponent is playing 61 cards. Respect, respect. I would love to go first. Turbo out of Karn, not bad, not insane or anything, but definitely a keep. We want to start on Arbor Elf, just in case we top deck Utopia Sprawl. That would allow us to cast Karn. Otherwise, it doesn't matter too much, but that's definitely the chance for us to get a little bit more mana, if that is on top. Or Blood Moon, we'll take that if we're playing against Tron. Yeah, round 1 was a lot more fun. Just knowing we were going to smash Tron from the second Blood Moon resolve 2 games in a row. That felt nice. Ooh, what is this? Another permanent enters the battlefield under your control. Each opponent mills? All right. Our opponent's got a brew. Our opponent is a brewing. All right, so we got Noble Hierarch. We got Noble Hierarch. And now the question is, do we value 3 damage or do we value another mana? I don't think we really need another mana for anything. So if we do play a Birds, that allows us to have 7 mana next turn. And once again, just looking at the sideboard here, that would be allowing us to play a 3-drop. Other than like Liquid Metal Coating, and Liquid Metal Coating seems like the slam dunk. You know, so it would allow us to play Ensnaring Bridge, Trinisphere. Yeah, that doesn't seem insane or anything. So I don't think it's actually worth it. And if they destroy a creature, that's the only kind of punishing case, because then we can't get Liquid Metal Coating. I don't know what they're doing to kill another creature with this start, though. But the 3 mana, the 3 damage isn't that valuable either. So I think we are just going to be boring and do that just in case they have a removal spell for one of these. Don't think we're going for Trinisphere or Ensnaring Bridge, but still worth checking out. Oh yeah, we have Evercool. Are they trying to mill us out when we have Evercool? They're so in trouble. Wow, that's funny. That's so funny. You can't mill out an Evercool deck. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Okay. So we're gonna get Karn. We're gonna search for our Liquid Metal Coating. We're gonna get said Liquid Metal Coating. And I do think it's worth attacking this time. We'll go like this. Lock that down. Oh, that's so funny. Are we just going to play 2 rounds where our opponent's deck just can't beat ours and then 1 round where we can't beat our opponent's deck? That seems like it could be these kind of matchups, you know? Mills a card, eh? Okay. Now I think it's just time to start blowing up lands. Let's start with this, see what we find. Nahiri. I'll be taking that. Any order. I'd like to choose this land. I'd like to blow it up. I'd like to play Nahiri. Oh my god, this is fun. This is fun and really not fun for our opponent. Holy cow. All right, let's take this out. Let's attack for 3. This is a game of Magic the Gathering right here. This is a game of Magic the Gathering. They're just so dead. Yeah, you can't beat that. This might be the fastest dropping bombs in the history of dropping bombs here so far. All right. Well, I just honestly don't think they can beat this. If their whole strategy is to mill us, they just can't win, which is super funny. I think Blood Moons are good. I think Chandras are good because they have targets. They have a decent amount. Tapped artifacts, I guess, is kind of tough. So maybe Nahiri is not insane, but I think it is good enough rather than wanting like Veil. I don't think they're going to have a lot of counter spells. For the record, I have no idea what our opponent's playing, but just by the looks of their deck, it doesn't seem like that's a deck that can play a lot of control Magic. So I think we just snap back. If they give us some reason why we want to do something else, fine. But for the most part, I think just having Emrakul in our deck is just detrimental to their entire game plan. And just Karn to be able to go get, engineered explosives, and a plethora of other options. We'll keep. We shall keep. Bobble Emery shenanigans. I do miss doing that and casting Breeding Pool and then going, getting turned to Oko, and then Urza. Oh, man, I missed that deck. Although it was disgusting and deserved to be banned, but I do miss me a Mox Opal here and there. All right, they revealed a forest and a beautiful art forest, so we got to respect that. Doesn't matter too much outside of, I guess outside of Blood Moon. It matters for Blood Moon. Yeah, that definitely matters. Rather do that in case we draw the old BM. Okay. Let's go with Oath. I think Nahiri is fine. A nice option if a Karn gets countered. And then a Noble Hierarch. God, this deck is fun. This deck is really fun. Seems quite easy to play, but also just a blast. Sometimes you just want to have 6 permanents in play on turn 2, okay? What do you got? Sometimes you want all those permanents to go away, I guess. Yikes. No! We got so wrecked. To be fair, the Blood Moon really wouldn't have saved us in that situation, but damn. That was brutal. Okay. Oh my god! What is happening? What on earth is happening right now? They're just using that just to Stone Rain? Okay. So if we draw another Emrakul, we're really in trouble as well. Okay. What is this deck? We're definitely not conceding until we see what our opponent's deck does. That's for sure. So this might be an awkward game from us. Okay. Okay. What's this? Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm hating it, but loving it at the exact same time. Is that possible? Wow, that's cool. And the clock has been presented. Not another one? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? I guess I probably should have tapped that. Wow. All right. We got an Arbor Elf. So if we top deck Utopia Sprawl, it's on. Okay. Is that just to get 2 triggers to mill extra cards? Okay. All right, I think we need a fetch land. Oh no. Oh no. We're not doing it. What a crazy league of Magic the Gathering this Modern League has been. I've only been not playing Modern for 1 week up until getting ready for this Droppin Bombs. How did it change so much? I guess the first 2 were pretty normal. This is just the extra case. Okay, can't do anything with that. We're running out of turns. But our Blood Moons actually do look pretty good. You know, they only have sacklands and a few forests. We could definitely get them. And as far as I'm seeing, we're not seeing anything that they do that really disrupts us, except EE, which disrupted us quite well. All right, I think we're actually just dead now with them taking this. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, let's just see our board without any permanents, though. That sounds good. Wow, that is awesome. Okay. Okay. Nothing we really have here that helps us. Like, at all. Yeah, I mean, we do not want to bring in our 8-mana artifact against their Ancient Grudge deck, so... Yeah, I guess we got a little greedy with the 1-drops, but I mean, I still think it seems correct. This seems like a mulligan. We're already at a mulligan with this. Plus, we don't have a second land, so a sad mulligan. Okay, I guess we can keep, but it's pretty awkward. Kind of think we just put back a Nahiri. I don't really know how they beat Nahiri, like how they would get one of them off the battlefield, but we know how they get lands off the battlefield. So I think I'm going to try to make sure I can just go up to 4 lands and just cast a Nahiri. So we're just going to get rid of... Just get rid of the forest. I guess as I said that, I still kept the 2 Nahiris. Yeah, that's okay. What is this? Okay. Okay, their mill card. Spicy. Let's go like this. We'll attack. Okay, just leave our permanents alone for this 1 turn, please. That's fine. It's not tapped, though, but Karn does. Karn was the nuts, I think. So let's get this. Karn. Yes, let's get liquid metal coating. If you can do it, so can I. Saheeli? Okay. Are they copycatting in some way? Probably not. Okay, that was a pretty decent draw. So let's go a Chandra. 2 mana, liquid metal coating. Turn this into an artifact. Blow it up. Attack Saheeli. This game feels more, well, these have been just close games, right? I don't think we've had a single close game. I guess this deck is pretty designed to incentivize non-close games, but wow, these games have not been close. Not over yet, because I do not know what that Saheeli can do, and I am scared. I know it can Felidar Guardian and copy a bunch of times. I don't think that's their deck, but we shall see. I just can't imagine how they can get out of this. I mean, I said that with Tron as well, but we were right there. That was something they were not getting out of for round one. But I don't know what they can do here. I guess is their whole plan to copy that 2/1. I don't even know if that triggers off that. Copy a liquid metal coating to destroy 2 things. Seems like pretty low impact, but definitely possible. Copy altars. Maybe it just actually tries to ultimate with Saheeli. Maybe. Okay. They're just trying to get aggro to kill these. I bet they just can't win if Karn's on the battlefield. That's kind of what it seems like to me. So, I think we will probably just kill this. We can Nahiri. Nahiri's not great either, to be honest, but what else can we do to ensure our victory? We can get Engineered Explosives, not great. We can get a Walking Ballista to deal with stuff. That's not bad, but I think I'd rather blow up lands. Trinisphere is not bad. But none of it sounds better than blowing up a land, blowing up this, attacking this for 1. That just seems like the best. Plus Nahiri to just get rid of the other Nahiri and see what we draw. I think I'll get rid of the basic. Bang. Bang. Tapped. Saheeli. Your go. I got 3 planeswalkers. You got 1. Okay. Gingerbread cabin. It resolves. Okay. Okay, we will draw. Now we can Emrakul with that. Next turn. Yeah. Yay! What a ridiculous Droppin Baums this week, y'all. Wow. This deck is a ton of fun to play. If you don't want to play any close games, either the ones you win or the ones you lose, this deck seems like the one for you. So stay tuned. We'll go to the deck tech and we'll talk about the individual cards. See you there. All right, and welcome to the deck tech here with Naya Lukka. Ridiculous games, I must say. It was just 3 2-0s. We lost one of them, but no games were really close. And that kind of seems like it's the product of this deck. This deck doesn't seem like it really is playing fair. You're either dominating people with some of your hate cards, with some of the most annoying cards in Modern, to be fair. Blood Moon, Karn, those cards alone shut off a lot of decks. And then the Lukka into Emrakul plan is really tough for a lot of decks to deal with. So this deck's whole MO is to cast Lukka, exile one of your 1-drops, and then flash in or bring into play an Emrakul. You don't get the cast trigger or anything, but it is just a 15/15 protection from everything, Annihilator 6. Usually good enough, but not always. Absolutely not always. You can just get this destroyed in quite a few ways. Colorless things, wrath effects. So it really is not the catch-all be-all, but it is very good. So the whole deck, we have 12 1-drops that we're ramping out. Arbor Elf, Birds, Noble Hierarch. And then we have Oath of Nissa to help find all of our planeswalkers. It also helps fix a little bit, but the fixing is honestly not that big of a deal as long as you're fetching correctly. Now, it can come up where you just have a bunch of forests like we had in this last round in the game we did lose. Yeah, that's true. I guess we did lose one game, huh? Yeah, all right, all right. There wasn't just 3-2-0s. Close enough, though. In that match, or in that game we did lose, we did have a lot of forests. So if we did just have Oath, you can still cast Nakiri, you can still cast Chandra, but it doesn't come up too often if you're just fetching correctly. Then we have Karn with a nice little artifact package. 90% of the time you get liquid metal coating and you start blowing up their lands. But if we're really behind, we can get a bridge. You can get Torpor Orb, and just get a lot of other hate cards. Then we got Chandra, Torch of Defiance. I was pretty skeptical of this card just because I think the power level of Modern has kind of surpassed Chandra. But the more I thought about it, the more it kind of does exactly what you want. It protects your life total by killing creatures. It adds mana to help ramp you to Lukka. And it helps you find you the combo pieces with the +2 ability. So it made sense to me. So I'm like, all right, let's try it. Nahiri, pretty strong at defending yourself, finding your other threats, and then actually just an ultimate of Emrakul. This used to be the only way people were cheating Emrakul into play, and it's an effective way because it is only 3 turns, right? You take it up the turn you play it, you take it up the following turn, and then you can put an Emrakul into play, and it's just unbelievable. Giving it haste there, even better than putting it into play with Lukka. And then we have Lukka, like we said, to sacrifice to that. So now let's talk about the sideboard, because I think this is actually pretty interesting. Madcap Experiment, the more and more I think about it, like we brought it in against Heliod because Blood Moon was so bad, but I don't even think it's good there. Like they can still just deal a bunch of damage to the Platinum Empyrean and then kill you. So like it doesn't really do what we want there. It might help if they're just beating you down and they don't have the combo, sure, but I'm not a big fan. I don't think it's that good. And honestly, another thing I'm really missing is just like a needle, right? Like a pithing needle seems very needed. So I'm sure these Madcap Experiments are okay against like prowess decks, and that's probably what they're there for. But even that, like Rakdos Prowess usually has some hard removal spells for bigger creatures. Is it prowess and mono red prowess? Sure, I can buy that it can't be killed. You can still just save up 3 lightning bolts to kill it. So, they probably won't have enough time for that. So I will say that that's probably enough, but it doesn't seem great to me. It really doesn't. I would rather just have, more Veils, I think, and then you can cut this too and just do your game plan. I guess if they do just exile all your Emrakuls or something, you got to be able to win the game somehow. But Karn can win the game. Chandra's Emblem can win the game. You can attack with Noble Hierarchs. So I'm not a big believer of these. Leave something in the comments if you've had different experiences with this card. I'd love to hear it, but otherwise I'm just not seeing it. No, I haven't, I've only played a little bit of practice matches with this deck, to get ready for this Droppin Baums, but it hasn't really come up that it's been that good. So then we got Veils when you want to push through stuff. I'd want to have a couple more Veils. If I couldn't find better reasons to play this combo, I want to go up to like 3, maybe 4 Veils and a Pithing Needle. That's the changes I really want in the sideboard. Then we got Tormod's Crypt, Dredge, stuff like that where you want to exile their graveyard right away. Relic is decent. Liquid Metal Coating is unbelievable with Karn. That's what we search for basically every time. Torpor Orb, pretty good against Primeval Titan. You gotta like that one. Trinisphere against these low to the ground combo decks, Storm, Ad Nauseam, I guess it would be pretty good in. Not that good now that they don't cast that many spells without Simian Spirit Guide. Trinisphere is not great to me either. Sky Sovereign, sometimes you just need a boat. Sometimes you need a big boat. Platinum Empyrean, that is for the Medcap Experiment. Engineered Explosive, great card when you need to just, clean up the battlefield and pull back ahead. And then Walking Ballista has a good kill con. Let's say if they were to get rid of all your Lukas, your Emrakuls and stuff like that. All right, everyone, pretty crazy league. I'm going to play this deck a little bit more because I think it is an absolute blast to play. Doesn't really seem like a super tough deck. The Karn targets get to be a little difficult, but outside that, this isn't that hard of a deck to play, and I think it is pretty good. It gives me like green-red vibes, where they had Klothys, all that stuff, but I don't think that deck's very good right now, and this just seems like kind of a more powerful Gruul mid-range deck. So that's going to do it for this week's Droppin Bombs, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this special modern edition. I'm going to do a little bit more polling to see what kind of format all of y'all want to play. So keep an eye on my Twitter, at Corey Baumeister. Throw me a follow there, and I'll let all of you decide what I'm going to play when it's not, overhyped preview seasons, stuff like that, where it's kind of a slam dunk, like I'll be playing standard. But for now, we're in kind of that lull moment while we wait for Strixhaven, while we wait for Modern Horizon 2, where stuff is going to get exciting real fast. So that's going to do it for the show. Now we got some special words to say from our awesome sponsors here. First up, Coalesce Apparel. I got one of the new hotness here, right? It is the Atomic Blonde shirt. Just some of the most gorgeous colors ever here. Cedric just sent me these. I'm a big fan. So check those out. If you want to go to coalesceapparel.shop, you can use the gift code SCG to get yourself 10% off at checkout. Next up, we got SCG Premium. If you want to gain access to some of our amazing writers behind the paywall for Premium, you can get $7.99. We'll gain you access to that. Go to starcitygames.com/premium to sign up today. Now, YouTube channel. You're watching it. That's me. That's me. That's Versus Live. That's Commander Versus. We got a lot of cool stuff on there, and even more stuff coming, slowly but surely, as far as new additions to the YouTube channel. If you want, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share the content you love. If you love Versus Live, you love Commander Versus, if you love Droppin Bombs, give it a share. It makes us all feel better when we see, or feel, nice and happy inside when we see some shares from our lovely friends here watching these videos. Next up, if you want to sell your cards, SCG is buying a ton of Magic cards right now. They have been here for quite a while. You can mail them in. If your collection is even big enough, we will actually go to you. If your collection is over 50,000 cards, or you can come into Star City Games, into the Game Center. A lot of information to be able to sell your cards. Go to starcitygames.com/sell for more information on that. And they're even giving you a 30% store credit bonus for selling your cards. So, honestly, they're just trying to give you money at this point. Next up, we got Time Spiral Remastered pre-orders coming out right now. If you want to check out some of these awesome, cool alternate art, or old school art, I should say, Time Spiral Remastered cards, you really should. They look awesome. You can go to starcitygames.com/previews to be able to check out on those. Next up, we have pre-orders already coming for Strixhaven. I know, I can't believe it too. So Strixhaven pre-orders are already going on right now. starcitygames.com/previews for that. And, yes. So the one before Time Spiral Remastered is starcitygames.com/TSR. And then for the previews, it's starcitygames.com/previews for Strixhaven pre-orders. It's still only sealed product for now, just because we haven't seen the cards. But if you want to be the first one to sign up for this and make sure you're getting your Strixhaven fix, make sure to do that. All right, and we got a special little weekend ahead of us at the SCG Tour Online. This one's going to be historic this weekend, so it's going to be really cool. We have, the pro community has been getting back into historic now because the Kaldheim Championship is coming up that will feature the cool format of historic. We're actually playing it on Versus Live all week as well to get ready. A lot of cool deck lists floating around there. We're going to be narrowing it down, me and Ross. So go ahead and try to qualify this weekend. Qualifiers are Friday and Saturday. They are 4 each day. If you go 4 and 2 or better, you will qualify for the Sunday Strixhaven Championship qualifier. And if you go 5 and 1 or 6 and 0, you will get 1 or 2 buys into this event. They're usually huge events, top 12, so the buys really do help. So check those out. All right, yeah, starcitygames.com/SCG Tour Online, or just the main website. You can scroll down and see the events at the bottom right-hand corner. And last but not least, we got the Star City Games sale going on right now, and it is having to do with daylight savings time. I love it. So you can get 50% off hundreds of select Magic Gathering products, big deals, big savings, and here to make all of your days a little brighter. Nice. SCG coming in with the nice puns there. You gotta love their cleverness, I must say. So check that out. A nice sale, 50% off. Up until March 22nd at 10:59 a.m. Go to starcitygames.com/sale if you want to check that out. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week for more Droppin' Bombs action. Bye-bye.